This is a beautiful song by Challen, The Power of Now. And we'd love it if you would sing along with us. Once you get the hang of it,
the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears.
Let the fire burn away your fears.
Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust.
Let the earth hold you, take care of you, and nurture you. Oh, the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
Oh, I need to unmute. Helps if I unmute, doesn't it? Happy snow day, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake. And I just want to begin with a land acknowledgement to just honor the Indigenous peoples who were here first. So I'm honored to be living, working, and playing on lands that have been stewarded for millennia by the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. And as we are celebrating this day, we remember the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the joy he brought with his life purpose of sharing his dream of a world that works harmoniously, lovingly, and beautifully for everyone. And that's what we're here to do. Well, I'm so excited to see you here today, and I don't know what we're doing with the links, but I heard someone say that they were having trouble getting in. The link wasn't working, and I don't know why. So that's kind of a very odd thing, but hopefully we'll get it all worked out. So Ernest Holmes said, there's a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. Well, the truth is we are using it. Sometimes it has positive connotations and sometimes it's negative, but we're using it nonetheless. So I just want to let you know there's classes starting. There's a Thursday class starting this week. And, if you want to learn more about science of mind, it's a great place to start. So let us begin this evening by quieting our minds and going into a meditation. So I invite you to just plant your feet and relax, and let us join together in consciousness.
I open my eyes to the beauty of life. I open my mind to the wind
open my heart to loving it all. I open my life to the Spirit of God. I open my eyes to the beauty of life. I open my mind to the window of peace. I open my heart to loving it all. I open my life to the Spirit of God.
And taking a deep breath in, relaxing the body, and another deep breath, and relax just a little bit further, and one more deep breath. And in this quiet place, I listen. I listen to that deep experience of the presence of God that is within me, that bubbles up, that reveals itself through me moment by moment. I listen for that still small voice and I respond. The Spirit of love is operating through me now, always and forever, and I'm filled with a sense of gladness as I move forward today, knowing that all is well. Living life harmoniously and in a place of balance and possibility, I know that wonderful things are occurring in my life and in my world. And for that, I'm grateful. I know too that this day, well, this day is a gift and a blessing, snow and all. There's something beautiful and interesting when it piles up the way it has. Nature just saying, take a pause, take a breath. It is in doing that that there's a sense of peace that fills every cell, comfort that tugs at consciousness, creating something really beautiful. And so I'm grateful, truly, truly grateful. Grateful for this day and this moment, grateful for opportunities, grateful for love and for peace, and grateful for a journey that is full and rewarding. As I look around, I see love everywhere I look, possibility unbound. And for all of these things, I am filled with love and gratitude, for I know it is good and very good, that something beautiful is occurring as a result of my loving attention to my words, my actions, to all that I think, say, and do. And so taking another deep breath in, I take all of these ideas and I release them into the law of mind, where I know it is done and all is well. I let it be so. And so it is.
I open my eyes to the beauty of life. I open my mind
the journey that we're on and the possibility that lies ahead. So, our declaration of principles. So, we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of this one Spirit. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. And now the song, Today I'm Gonna Try to Change the World.
Try and change my world. I'm gonna say hello to a neighbor and greet them with a smile. Shake the hand of a stranger, sit and talk with them for a while. I'm gonna tell someone I love them from the bottom of my heart. Today I'm gonna try and change my world. Well, today I'm gonna try and change my world. Gonna take it one day at a time. I've made my resolution, opened up my eyes. Today I'm gonna try and change my world. Gonna make sure my children know right from wrong. Never turn my back on those who need someone. I'm gonna try to see myself through another's eyes. Today I'm gonna try and change my world. Well, today I'm gonna try and change my world. Gonna take it one day at a time. I've made my resolution, opened up my eyes. Today I'm gonna try and change my world. I've made my resolution, opened up my
Well, today I am going to try and change the world. And how do I do that? Well, I start right here where I am. That's the only place we can do that work, is right within our own self. So I invite you to consider your life, your journey as an opportunity to really create a world that works harmoniously and beautifully for everyone involved. So the talk tonight is called Embrace the Now, and I'm doing that as I'm finding out people can't get in because the links are, I don't know what the links are doing, but anyway, for those of you who are here, welcome. I am so grateful that you made it today. Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now wrote, "Nothing ever happened in the past. It happened in the now. Nothing will ever happen in the future. It will happen now. In the now. In the absence of time, all your problems dissolve. Suffering needs time. It cannot survive in the now." Wow, how great is that? That's a great statement when you think about it, that now is the only point of time. Now is the only thing that truly exists. I mean, think about it. The past, it's already done. We can't change it or alter it. It's finished. And the future, well, it hasn't arrived yet. But what I'm thinking right now, what I'm focusing on right now, that's the thing that's going to create my experience tomorrow, the day after that. So my future is created in the now moment, and my past can only exist if I bring it into the now moment. Why would I do that? Now is a point of creativity and possibility. It's a place where I can begin to explore and expand. It's a place where I can open my mind and heart and go, let me see, what is it that I could create? What is it that I could do today that would move me forward in a really positive and productive way? And we're all able to do that. Eckhart Tolle said, enlightenment means rising above thought. Rising above thought, not to falling back to a level below thought, the level of animal or plant. In the enlightened state, you will use your mind when needed, but in a much more focused and effective way than before. So we're using our mind consciously to sit back and take control of it. And that's where meditation comes in, right? That's that idea of, taking time to meditate and to be in the stillness, in the silence, so that we can feel that divine energy, that we can experience the fullness of God right where we are. I remember many, many years ago when I was doing a regular church thing, because I was invited by my former mother-in-law to do a church thing. And I wasn't really a church-going kind of person, but I went anyway to please her. And something happened that night. Something really remarkable occurred. And when I went into the church that night, I was unconscious, asleep, in the dark. But when I came out, it's like somebody had flipped the switch and the lights were on. And all of a sudden there was an awareness and understanding of God as love. And that was a moment when my life started to change. Now, of course, like most change, it happens gradually, right? Because we got our old patterns that we're working through, our old things that we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to alter ourselves and make ourselves perfect. And it's time to stop all of that, because right here, right now, we are created perfect, whole, and complete. Our behavior might not match that, but the essence of who we are is, in fact, perfection. And what we need to do then is to accept ourselves where we are, as we are, here and now, without hesitation or reservation, without holding back or pushing aside our God-given gifts and talents. We need to share those with the world. How do we heal the world? How do we make the world a better place? By being the very best me I can be, and for you to be the very best you that you can be. And that means living the gifts that you've been given, letting your light shine, opening your mind and heart so that you can stand in this moment and go, yes, I am awesome. I am courageous. I am powerful. I am creative. I am dynamic. I am creating a life that is truly noteworthy. takes a bit of a stretch sometimes for us to do that. One of my favorite people in the world is Queen Latifah. And one of the things I love the most about her, well, except all her talent and gifts and all those things, but when she was a teenager, I think maybe 16 or 15 years old, she decided to change her name to Queen. Wow. Now that's powerful. Can you imagine? I know for me, if I decided when I was 15 or 14 to call myself Queen, everybody I went to school with would probably have laughed in my face and, you know, like, who do you think you are? But she did that, and she's owned it, and she's lived up to that royalty status. She's a brilliant, creative woman who's done remarkable work by being just who she is, right? There's no point in us trying to be somebody else because they're already taken. So the best thing we can do is just be ourselves and figure out what that is. And how we do that requires that we be present in the now moment, that we embrace this moment. In this moment, I can create my life. In this moment, I can be what God created me to be. In this moment, without my judgment, my criticism, my doubts, my worries, my fears, when I let all of that go, I can live in a place of power and possibility and productivity, and I can create a life that I love. And you can too. You can too. Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind, I was, flipping through it right before service, and he talks about evolution. He says, evolution has brought us to a point of self-expression, and it can do no more for us until we consciously cooperate with it. Right? Until we consciously cooperate with it. Its law is one of growth and unfoldment. God goes forth anew into creation whenever anyone discovers a new truth or increases knowledge about an old one. Each is a center of the all, and each has access to the all through our own nature. Now, I don't know about you, but I spent a good part of my life wishing I was somebody else. Taller, thinner, blonder, I don't know, whole bunch of stuff that I had, going on that I thought I needed to be different to be acceptable. But the truth is, until we find ourselves, until we come to a place of accepting, I am who I am created in the image and of the likeness of this divine creator, therefore I am now, and have always been, perfect, whole, and complete. Wow, what if I could just fall in love with me? What if I could embrace this now moment and go, you know what? This is who I am. Let me be that. Let me be that. Each one of us, when we want to heal the world, we're always looking out there, right? We're looking out there going, oh, if that changed, then the world would be better. Oh, if this changed, or if that person was different. We tell all kinds of stories. None of those are true. The truth is that as each individual embraces the life given, embraces the journey walked, celebrates the emotional state, the mental state, the creative capacity, the divine nature that is within each one of us, as we do that, that's when life unfolds beautifully, creatively, intelligently, and magnificently. That's when we kind of can step into life with great sense of celebration and rejoicing, going, yes, I'm doing what I love and I love what I do because I'm being me. I'm honoring me. And I don't need to understand how things are going to work out because how is God's job. That's the job of the universe. Mine is to know who I am and to be that. Mine is to intend to live powerfully, positively, and courageously. Mine is to be who I am moment by moment and to just rejoice in that. It is up to me to be me, and it's up to you to be you. And to figure out who that is. Because I think we kind of got buried sometimes, right? As little children, when we were just being our outrageous, fun, crazy self, somebody might say, no, don't do that. That's not polite. That's not proper. And so we get stuffed down and squashed down and squashed down. And then we become adults and we're still living from that squashed down state where we're stuck in a box that doesn't quite fit. And it feels a little uncomfortable, but it's familiar, so we stay there. And I'm suggesting today, embrace the now moment, embrace who you truly are, embrace the power and presence of this divine creator, and live from that. And watch what occurs. Watch what happens when you stand in this moment and go, yes, I'm alive. I'm on this side of the, I was going to say grass, but today it would be snow. Lots of it. I don't know about those of you who aren't in Toronto, but those of you here, you know what I'm talking about. Miles and miles of snow. But it's beautiful, isn't it? And we can look at the snow and we can be grateful for it, or we can curse it. And however we use our words, that's what goes into our now experience, and that's what creates our future experience and response. So what is it that we're doing today? How are we evolving? Are we becoming the best us that we can be? Are we showing our great compassion and love for the universe? Are we allowing ourselves to really open up and conquer our fears and our doubts and our worries and just be? Imagine if we stopped worrying how many more hours we would have in a day, a week, a month, a year. And yeah, things have been challenging over the last couple of years, but it's interesting because these challenges have brought things to the surface, right? We're starting to see things that we've been hiding, that we've been pretending aren't there. You know, Canadians are seen as nice people. And then we find out about Indigenous children who were in unmarked graves, and we question, wow, how nice are we really if that's something that's occurred? But what we have to do is move forward. What are we doing today to make a difference? What are we doing today to be the kind, loving, compassionate, beautiful beings that we were created to be? What is it we're doing today that allows us to live in a really powerful place? When we begin to understand the power of the mind to create, thoughts are things. What I think about, I bring about. We've heard these statements before, right? But what if they're true? What if they're true? What are you thinking right now? What were you thinking right before you got on the call? What were you thinking when the link wouldn't work? What were you thinking last week when everything went awry? Right? What are the thoughts that are occupying your mind and distracting you from this now moment? And those thoughts, do you really want to experience them tomorrow or next week? Are they powerful, positive, productive thoughts, or are they negative, difficult, challenging thoughts? What are the thoughts that you're thinking, and do you want to live in that space? So to embrace the now, we have to be present. We have to, moment by moment, decide the past is done. Let it go. Let me be here now. Let me open my mind and heart so I can see who I really am. Meister Eckhart, the 13th century spiritual teacher, summed it up beautifully by saying, time is what keeps the light from reaching us. There is no greater obstacle to God than time. And it's the way we use the time. You see, when I just breathe into the moment and relax into the moment, and I take a breath and I'm just in that space, that's where I meet God. That's where I experience the fullness of this divine presence that is within every single individual. Not some of us, but all of us. That divine spark exists in everyone. But I must find it for myself. I must find it for myself. I must find me so that I can share me with the world. And how we create a healed world? By being who we are. By being satisfied with the life that we're currently living, being grateful for the things that are present in our life right now, being grateful for this moment, even if it comes with bumps in the road, even if it comes with, piles and piles and piles of snow. It's like, can I just be grateful? Can I be grateful that I'm alive? Can I be grateful that I'm drawing a breath today? Can I be grateful that my stomach is full and I have a roof over my head? Can I be grateful? You see, suffering is something that happens through the mind. I take a memory, one that I didn't like the first time around, and then I rerun it over and over and over again. You see, pain is inevitable in life, but suffering's optional. Suffering's optional. Suffering's when I'm afraid to let go, or I don't know how to let go. Suffering is when I deny where I really am, wishing I could be somewhere else. Suffering happens when I'm not present in the now moment, fully receiving the blessings. One of the things I've noted throughout this life journey is that there are moments when really sad things happen, and somehow we find a way to laugh. You know, somebody tells us a story and maybe we're really sad, but all of a sudden there's laughter. And I remember when I was at my father's funeral, I don't know why that came up, but I'm at my dad's funeral, and my dad, you know, when he died, I mean, I was grateful he was no longer suffering, because he had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and life was not kind at that moment. So him passing was a good thing. But at the service, one of the things partway through is I told a joke. I was doing his memorial service, and I told a joke, and some people might have thought that was really inappropriate. But my dad was a joker. Like, he told jokes all the time. Now, I could never tell one of his jokes in public because they were always a little off. But telling a joke was very apropos, because that was who he was. He liked to tell funny stories. He liked to do funny things. So saying that at that time and making people laugh was actually a gift, I think. Because sometimes in our grief and in our sorrow and in our sadness and in our loneliness, sometimes we need an interrupt. We need something in the now moment that shifts us into a new thought for a moment. Even if it's for a moment, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. There are many people out there who practice laughing yoga. And I love this because Noreen, who's part of the Verity Church where I'm a part of, she does this laughing yoga. And we would sometimes do it in workshops and whatnot. And it was so great because we would just start laughing. Now, there was nothing to laugh about in the beginning, right? But it's funny how when you start laughing and you're in a crowd of people and they start laughing, even though it's forced, very quickly we all join in. And it's interesting because we all start laughing because, frankly, we all look kind of silly. And it's funny. It's funny to have a group of people just out of the blue go, oh, you know, like for no reason, just all of a sudden laughter. And that laughter can be contagious. We have an opportunity here, if we will embrace the now moment, we have an opportunity to create laughter and joy wherever we go. We can create in this moment something positive and productive and fun and interesting. We can be a little bit outrageous or a lot outrageous. We can stand in this moment and celebrate the journey that we're on and what we're doing and who we are, or we can continue to play the victim card. But it's up to us to change the game, to change what we're doing, to eliminate suffering. And suffering gets eliminated when I allow myself to be fully present now. Now, not in the past, because suffering comes from there, right? It's that past. It's what if this happened or what if that happened? Or maybe I'm projecting too far into the future. Right? If I'm in the future and I'm going, oh, how am I going to do this? Or how's that going to happen? Or how am I going to create this? How am I going to make that work? If I'm doing that, I'm probably suffering right now. And the thoughts that I have are fearful thoughts. And that fear is not what I want to create moving forward. I don't know about you, but I kind of don't want that anymore. Been there, done that. Maybe even wrote a book about it, not sure. What are we doing moving forward? We need to play more, laugh more, celebrate more. It's time to smile and giggle and play and be what we were created to be. We are here to experience living. That's it. We're not here to make a name for ourselves. We're not here to become multimillionaires. We're not here to change the world. We're not here to be anything in particular. We're here to be who we are and to experience life, whatever that looks like. And life comes with many different changes and opportunities and all sorts of stuff going on, and we're here to experience all of it. And so when you feel sad, feel sad. And when you feel angry, feel angry. And when you feel joyful, feel joyful. And when you want to laugh, laugh. And when you want to cry, cry. Just don't live there. Okay? Just don't live there. Find a way to break it up. That if you're having a bad day and you're feeling like, meh, like my last Monday, if you're feeling kind of and out of sorts, take a moment and go, wow, I'm feeling really off today. Let me just sit with that. Let me just feel it. And in feeling it, we kind of move through it because we're present with it. And if we ask ourselves, what do I need right now? What do I need? What part of me is missing something? Like what aspect of me is requiring some tenderness or some compassion or some joy? What do I need right now? And then, of course, it's up to us to meet our own needs. Nobody else can do it for us. That's an inside job. So as I learn to meet my own needs, as I learn to honor where I am at any given moment, I don't call it bad, I don't call it wrong. I saw a fellow minister post something on Facebook today about having COVID and not sure they wanted to post it. And I thought, let's just send you some love. Let's just honor, this is where you are. There's nothing bad or wrong about that. It's an experience. And we are here in physical form to experience living. It's not always a bed of roses, right? It's not always perfect. It shouldn't be. How would you ever know something really great if you'd never had an experience of something bad or awful or painful? It's like sometimes those opposites, right? We experience those opposites, and that allows us to feel and to experience. And I think the reason we incarnate in this life experience is to do that, to experience what it would be like to be alive. And I know some days are way more fun than others, but that's okay. We're alive, we're here, we're now. And so what is it that we're doing? What is it that we're bringing to the table? And if there are no mistakes or accidents in the universe, and I believe that to be true, if there are no mistakes or accidents in the universe, then who you are is exactly the right person at the right time, doing the right stuff. And you are here by divine appointment. No mistakes or accidents. You are enough. You are created in the image and likeness of the Creator. You are powerful, beautiful, remarkable. And everything about you is created perfectly for you to do the thing that you're here to do. See, each one of us is created unique and special. Each one of us has a little something, something we bring to the table that nobody else can bring right now. What is it you're bringing? Who are you anyway? For real and for true, who are you? Are you willing to just stand up and shout from the rooftops? I'm a child of God, perfect, whole, and complete. I'm amazing, outstanding, and creative. I'm divine. Are you ready to stand up and do that? because that would be the truth about you. So I invite you to really consider ramping up your spiritual practice. All right? Meditation. Yes, 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 meditation. And I know sometimes meditation can be one of those things where, I don't know about you, but when I sit down to meditate, usually my mind starts wandering here, there, everywhere, doing all kinds of fancy things. Nothing productive, but it's going all over the place, distracting me from my stillness, my silence, my breath, my moment, my communing with the divine. And so I pay attention to that chatter, because what I want to know is, what's the chatter saying? Because the chatter is creating my tomorrow. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I want to shift it, change it? So I notice it. I go, oh, there you go. You're thinking again. Let's come back to the breath. Let's come back to the stillness. And as I come back to that stillness, that voice quiets for a moment and then usually returns. But again, I pay attention without criticism or judgment, without regret, without guilt or upset or, oh no, I can't meditate. None of that. Just like, oh, there I am. I'm thinking again. I'm thinking about things that are irrelevant, unimportant. I'm having fearful thoughts or challenged thoughts, and that's not taking me where I want to go. I have the ability to use my mind to create my life, and you have that same ability. The science of mind is really about acknowledging that there is a way of life, that if I think along certain lines, I begin to create my life harmoniously in that way. And are you ready to do that? Are you ready to stand in this moment and say, yes, I am remarkable. I am created for some very special something. And I'm willing to be that now. No regrets, no hesitation. I matter. You matter. You're enough. There's that song that we used to sing at the other CSL all the time. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? Pardon me. I need to get my band to sing this one. How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Okay, I'll get somebody else to sing that next time, but you get the message. You're beautiful, divine, creative, and glorious. You're a gift of God to the universe today, in this now moment. I invite you to embrace it, to listen to your intuition and respond to it. Live full, live large, live bright and beautiful. Live that little something, something that only you have, that only you can share. The time is now. Embrace the now and share your gifts and talents. You're a gift from God to life. God bless. Namaste.
Step closer now to seeing life like new. My troubles fade away and I begin to bloom. With every step I feel myself unfold, and suddenly I am aware of love inside my soul, living in the present, moment after moment, living in the present, as my spirit
Well, let us just share this affirmation. I'll invite you to say it along with me, just anchoring what it is we've been talking about today. So, together, please. I conquer my mental household and cast out all fear and doubt. My word has dissolved all fear within me. All doubt is released. I accept all good now and forevermore. This journey that we're on, it's so important that we clean up our mental household. That is absolutely essential. All right, well, it is that time in our service when we get to give a blessing. I'm hoping that you received a blessing today. And if you would like to give a blessing, then we would receive that with great gratitude. We have an offering affirmation. If we could have that on the screen now, and then let us say together our offering affirmation. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, to prosper. It is evidence of my conviction. It does its good and perfect work. And there are a couple of ways that you can donate to CSL on the Lake. And you can do that by sending an e-transfer to revb@cslontheLake.com. Of course, you can donate through Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal. And PayPal, again, just type in revb@cslontheLake.com and you can give your donation that way. Or you can do Visa, MasterCard, send me an email. I'll phone you up and we can do that over the phone. You can also mail checks into the church as well. Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, 38 Kootenay Crescent, Toronto, Ontario, M1J1R7. And all donations are tax deductible. So you will get a donation receipt next year after we tally it all up. And I want to touch base briefly on the Founders Club. Now, we're a brand new organization just getting started, and it's mainly being funded by myself and a few very generous souls. And I just want to say that if you'd like to be part of the Founders Club, we're going to run it to the end of June. Every donation that comes in between now and June will be tallied up to create that list of people who are the founding members of CSL on the Lake. So the donations, you might look at it and go, oh, I'm not going to give $1,000, but over the next 6 months, $50 here, 20 there, 30 there, it doesn't take long to reach that $1,000 mark. So if in fact you feel compelled to, I invite you to join us and join the Founders Club as well. And let us pray together as we close out today's service, and then we will have our final song. Let us join together in consciousness. I take a breath in this moment, and I open my mind and heart, and I say yes to life, to my life. I honor the gifts I've been given. I honor the journey that I'm walking, and I celebrate the person that I am. I know I'm created in the image and of the likeness of the Creator, so I am perfect, whole, and complete. And my behavior moves into alignment with that idea, and my thoughts come into alignment with that idea, and I move forward today with true celebration and rejoicing as I see the beauty of who I am. I recognize that this is true for all of humanity, and as such, I know that a blessing moves out through the universe, touching life everywhere, creating harmony, love, peace, and joy wherever it goes. I know for CSL on the Lake that it is a divine idea in the mind of God, fully realized, and as such is an expanding idea in consciousness. So grateful for all of this, grateful for this evening, grateful for each of you gathered here, grateful for my music team, grateful for my production team, grateful for this opportunity. I release these ideas into the law of mind. It's done, all is well, and so it is. And our closing song, and now is the time, and please sing along.
We want you to have some fun with this one, so get up on your feet, because now is the time. Now is the time to set things right. Now is the time to unite. We right. Now is the time to see the light. Don't look back or to the future. Enter into this now moment. Now is the time to set things right. Are you dancing with us? Now is the time to set things right. Now is the time to unite. Take it away.
We don't need complications.
We just need to open our eyes. Love is the only solution. We ought to realize. Now is the time to set things right. Now is the time to see the light. Oh yeah.
Don't look back or to the future.
Enter into this now moment. Now is the time to set things right.
You're now able to unmute yourselves if you want. You can also turn on your cameras and you can do it live.
Now is the time to set things right. Come on, sing with us now. Now
is the time.
to unite. We don't need complications. We just need to open our eyes.
Love is the solution.
We ought to realize. Now is
Now is the time to set things
Come on,
right.
sing it with us now. Here we go. Now
Now is the time.
Don't look back or to the future. Enter into this now moment. Now is the time to set things right. Now is the time to set things right.
Yay!
Oh, bravo, bravo.
Right up here.
Now you know why we mute everybody during this.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what a beautiful group. So wonderful to see you all.
Yeah.
And listening to you sing, that was beautiful. How is everybody tonight?
Good.
Awesome.
Battlefield Summit,
Thank you,
yeah.
Barbara. Thank you, Rebby.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to see you. And good to see you, Rosanna and Camilla and Anne and
Hi.
Darren and Kathy and Kimberly and Terrence and Pierre and Nancy and Ruby and Ken and oh my goodness.
Isn't on there.
Hmm?
My picture isn't up there, is it?
No, it isn't. That's my little brother.
It just says iPad 7 on it. I don't know what I did wrong.
You should, yeah, you should be able to hit your camera, and there's a little camera at the bottom, but that's my brother. He's in Calgary.
Ah.
So we've got oh, there's my little dog.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
That's
Cyrus.
Cyrus, yeah. Hi, Ruby. How are you? Good to see you. And how does everybody like the snow today? I know you don't have it in Calgary.
No,
We're getting a storm tonight.
Are you
that
getting
would be
it?
nice tonight. Yeah.
Oh man, we got so much snow here. And then when the snowplow went down the street, it just created this mountain. And I just thought, poor Pierre. Sorry.
Yeah, poor Pierre.